This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 662 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for May 13th, 2025. Here we go. I am Michelle. Hello. I'm here with lots of people. I've got Tracy.
Hello, everyone.
I've got Chris. I've got Lee. And joining from the theme park duo, we have our very good friend, Gabe.
Aha, it's me, Gabe, Wario.
Wow.
That was a little creepy, not gonna lie. But real quick, before we get started,
UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, chance to be guest host, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uUOP.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug.
so we brought in our sister podcast, theme park doer, Mr. Gabe, because he is our Super Nintendo World guru, apparently. Well, without further ado, let's jump right in. Jump into the action of your favorite video games when Super Nintendo World makes its much-anticipated debut at Universal Orlando Resort as one of 5 imaginative worlds at the all-new Universal Epic Universe theme park. Developed in partnership between the visionaries of Universal Creative and Nintendo, the vibrant land combines iconic Nintendo characters with Universal's renowned craft of creating innovative theme park experiences to deliver a multi-sensory environment where guests can experience the fun and adventure of Nintendo games in a whole new way.
It all begins the moment guests enter the portal to Super Nintendo World, which will transport them through the iconic green pipe into the immersive land. As guests emerge from the pipe, vibrant scenery and exciting kinetic energy surround them as they are greeted by the familiar sights and sounds that they've experienced on their Nintendo game consoles. From the towering Mount Beanpole and majestic Peach's Castle to swaying piranha plants, pacing Goombas, spinning coins, question mark blocks, and more.
Inside Super Nintendo World, guests will be able to explore Super Mario Land, where they'll enjoy adventures alongside Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and other characters, and Donkey Kong Country, where they'll encounter thrills featuring Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and other members of the Kong family. King Kong?
I don't think he's there, is he?
Yeah.
Before we get into discussing things in general, we're as a podcast right now, we're in a very interesting position because we have Tracy that's experienced Super Nintendo World in Japan. Mm-hmm. Gabe is on because he's experienced Super Nintendo World in Hollywood. And then now Chris obviously got to experience Super Nintendo World at Epic. So we can actually discuss, at least you three can, and me and Michelle will just sit in the corner and play Snap or something. I don't know.
Sounds Wario.
But discussed it from 3 very different perspectives, which is quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, I know we're not doing spoilers, but there's not really a whole lot of spoilers to give. These parks have been open, or these lands have been open for years now at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the Super Nintendo stuff has been really covered.
Yeah. And it's copy paste for the most part. It's copy paste. There's maybe some differences, obviously, but I feel like we can talk about most things.
Yeah,
at this point.
I feel like the major differences are in Hollywood, to be fair.
Gabe, when did the one in Hollywood open?
The one in Hollywood opened about a year and a half to 2 years ago at this point.
So when did the one in Japan open? Do we know?
Just looking. So Japan was delayed by COVID, so it was March 18th, 21.
Okay. So they're all relatively new.
Well, the one in Orlando is going to open on May 22nd.
It's already open.
Yeah, the one in Hollywood opened 2023.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay.
The one in Hollywood doesn't have Donkey Kong, does it?
It doesn't have Donkey Kong, and it doesn't have the Yoshi Omni Mover attraction.
Japan has everything that Epic has at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. The colourful landscapes of the Mushroom Kingdom come to life in Super Mario Land, where guests can experience...
Guests are invited to join Team Mario and Team Bowser for the Golden Cup in this groundbreaking attraction that fuses augmented reality, prediction mapping technology, and elaborate environments to bring the fun of Mario Kart video game series to life in a compelling ride-through experience called Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Guests up for the challenge will enter through Bowser's Castle, where they'll wind its corridors and get glimpses of Bowser's deceptive plans to stack the odds in his favor before boarding their cart and heading to the starting line. Then guests steer through a variety of Mario Kart courses, collecting coins, tossing shells at Team Bowser, dodging obstacles, and more as they join their favorite characters and compete to help Team Mario win the race.
This is an interesting attraction because I think when we talked about it on our Epic hype lists, I think we all had it relatively low. And I know someone who worked on this attraction that's quite disappointed by where we all had it on our lists. Because it's an attraction, I think because Super Nintendo World is here, there, and everywhere at this point, like we've already said, it's like it's not new anymore that these aren't being talked about that much. And I know I had it quite low just because, Tracy, I know you said it when you came back from Japan. It's one of those, you can't really describe it to people.
No.
And then even, I know Kenneth mentioned it about even riding, even watching YouTube videos of it it doesn't do it justice.
No, I mean, you see the pictures, like I say, you see the pictures, you hear the stories, you see the videos, and it doesn't compare to actually being in there and being completely overwhelmed and overstimulated and too hot, basically.
Just to go back a little bit, because I think we kind of didn't speak up about it or not going to, but we had it ranked pretty low, but I think I had the land itself ranked pretty low.
Yeah. And
that's just because it's been out, right? I've seen videos, I've seen tons of videos, TikToks, everything. So I'm like, it's cool. You're in Mario.
Yeah.
None of that will give you the experience of walking through Peach's castle and seeing that.
Yep.
Literally, it is the only land there that we were speechless out of the entire park.
Wow.
Not to say that it is the best land, but it went from the bottom of my list to close to the top. Again, completely speechless. You are engulfed in the sounds and sights of Mario. You really feel like you're in the game. So I just want to get that out there.
That reveal is awesome.
I think that helps that it's a familiarity thing too, because I feel like anybody who's grown up with those games and those characters, you know what the sound of a question mark block is. You know the music from the games. You know what a piranha plant sounds like. So the moment you are just completely engrossed by all of those noises, you are encapsulated into that game for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
So, as opposed to, the sights and sounds of, Isle of Berk, while there's dragons and you're familiar with the music, but you're not really familiar with the landscape and what that place actually sounds like. Same thing with Dark Universe and same thing with Celestial Park. Super Nintendo World is totally different in that way.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
So Chris, now you said the overall experience was higher than you expected. The ride itself, did it move up on your list a lot?
Unfortunately not. I've seen, I'm sorry to say this, I'll just be honest. I've seen bits and pieces of the ride, and I just kind of stopped. This was years ago, like when it first opened up, because it's like Tracy said, right? It's really hard to encapsulate that ride in a YouTube video because of the way it is.
Yeah,
we finally wrote it, and I will say, and I don't think anybody's disagreeing with me on this point. The queue, the entrance, the music, the lights, everything is top tier. It is amazing. Okay,
told you.
The tech. Oh, it's perfection.
It's stunning. It's stunning.
It's so stunning. Yeah. However, the ride itself is just very underwhelming. The only part that we got to really enjoy and like, okay, this is the only cool part is Rainbow Road. Like towards the end of the thing,
I cried.
Rainbow Road really trips you out because
I cried.
But that aside, again, this goes back to, and I'm not making a comparison, like it's not that level bad, but Fast and Furious, right? When you think Fast and Furious, you're thinking Fast or Furious, and we got neither of those. And you think Mario Kart, we got the kart portion, but there's not really any racing going on.
Here's the argument that I'm going to make there, because I do think that this is a conversation that Nikki and I have had at Universal while overhearing other people and just hearing other people's kind of perspective on it. The ones who aren't the nerds like us sitting at 8 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock or whatever the heck time it is in the UK talking about rides. And I think it comes down to what you're expecting out of a Mario Kart game from a basic level, not even the ride. Because from some perspective, everyone's like, oh, I think of Mario Kart as fast. I think of Mario Kart as kinetic. I think of it as out of control at times. for me, while I don't necessarily think that all the time, I do think of it as like a family experience because I'm playing with my 6-year-old.
Yes.
I'm thinking of it as an interactive experience because I get to play with her and I get to laugh and we get to yell at each other and all these things. So for me, the ride, while not a roller coaster or something intense, it is something toned down so that it is more of a family attraction that leans heavily into the family aspect of the game. Now,
Totally agree with
would have I loved Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge to be this high, fast, intense thing? Yes. Would I have been really sad that my daughter couldn't go on it because she's too small or she's too scared? I would have been devastated. So if I'm going to trade off high intensity roller coaster for family ride, I'll do it every second of every single day, and that's just my perspective as a father. And Chris, you're gonna know when your kid gets to be 5 or 6 and is playing Mario Kart with you. Maybe your
100%.
perspective is going to change at that point, but that's just mine because of my life and where it is right now.
Yeah.
Also, I want to add on as well, because it's technology that we aren't used to with the AR. I think it's a ride that you're going to have to ride a few times before you kind of get to grips with it, if that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't help that,
100%.
that my instructions were all in Japanese, which I literally speak 2 words of.
Yeah.
Expert level.
HD equals Asia. That's fine.
There we go. So obviously I'll find out if that makes a difference here in the instructions in English. But there was on your first ride, with long lines as well, your first ride through, there's a lot to be taken in, a lot to be trying to learn. So, I think it's going to be one that
it's a slow burn attraction.
You need half a dozen
to enjoy more.
Yeah, and I think
don't take it as I'm trashing it either. I'm not trashing the ride.
Stop trashing it.
But you did say Fast and
the
Furious,
AR tech in there is actually really good. And the way you have the visors and the helmet or the hat, I think they executed all that very, very well.
Yeah.
It's just there's a disconnect that I have with it. Now, to Gabe's point, yes, I it's going to be amazing to have Lucas sitting next to me riding that. Like, that'll be the experience for me. It's not going to be the ride. I think that'll be like that with most rides and things in the future when he's old enough to do that. But what I'm getting at is it's a ride that you have to do. Obviously, go there, do it, see the queue, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also a very high wait time ride, and I would not wait that time for that ride.
I would wait
for me.
I would wait an hour.
Yeah, I was 80 minutes.
That's pushing it for me, honestly. It's just because there is that rewritability with the coins and collecting coins and fighting and all that. But I don't know, man. It's rough. Like, I have to try it again. So, and I've heard it from multiple people. I don't know if you guys have ridden it this way, but a lot of people say just ride it without the glasses.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So
even
how many times did you ride it, Chris?
We only did it once. Now, I am going to do it again. I will do it again.
Here's what I'll say, though. And to your point, I do think the first time you ride it, because you have a preconceptive knowledge of like what it's supposed to be, you kind of come off like, that was it.
Yeah.
But the more you ride it, like we were just talking about, the more you ride it, the more that you look past the AR, the more you're going to be impressed. Because I won't lie. Like, the first time I read it, I was like, that was really cool, but that was it. Because I do think that AR, while it is this technological achievement in terms of an attraction, it does serve as like almost like a filter that you're looking at this attraction through. Because it's the only thing you're seeing. I mean, you have the helmet on your head, you have the buttons, it's all flying through your face. And you're not really seeing anything else other than the AR. And I think that sometimes could be a disservice to what the ride actually looks like. So the second, third, fourth time, you are looking elsewhere other than just the AR. You're looking past it at times, and you see the physical sets. Because like you said, like, take the headset off. Like, physical sets are
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Stunning. There's a lot of really cool things that you could see without the headset on. But, once you ride it a couple times with the headset on, you'll look past the AR at times and enjoy it as more of a cohesive experience rather than, it's just a whole bunch of projections flying all over the place and I'm throwing my head like a bobblehead trying to hit them.
Yeah. No, I would could see that.
Yeah. I do think with rewritability as well, though, you're going to get, once you get used to it all, your competitive edge will come out then as well.
I can see that. I mean, also, we didn't do, which I think is important to do over there. We were running around Epic entirely, right? So I can't dedicate. It's not like,
Yes.
when this opened up in Hollywood that you went to go just experience this, that you can take your time, do the wristbands. We don't even have wristbands. Like we didn't do any of that stuff.
Okay.
And I know you can like sync the wristband to the ride to collect those coins as well. So like that's a cool rewritability aspect on that. And again, we will rewrite it, right? Like
Absolutely.
I know my experience and what I think of these different rides will change. They changed on our second day. They were rewriting certain things where I'm like, okay, this is actually better than I thought it was the first time, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So this is definitely, I think, one of those scenarios where that may happen as well.
I do really love those power-up bands. They're really fun because there are times where I'm like, okay, we're going, and I look at my app and I'll see what stickers I have. I'm like, okay, I didn't get these ones. Those are the things I'm going to try to achieve on the next time I ride it. And that's pretty cool.
I wonder if I'm going to get different stickers for my Japanese one.
So I think I agree with Gabe. It's the same as anything. I want to equate this to Gringotts. When Gringotts opened, everyone expected it to be, because like Forbidden Journey was the hot ride, and everyone expected Gringotts to be the next best thing, and it wasn't what people expected. And so the first few rides, everyone was like, "Oh, Gringotts is terrible." And it's for me personally, the more I ride it, the more I enjoy Gringotts, and I think that's what's going to be with this, because it's going to be that first time you have no idea what's going on. The second time you're like, "Oh, I kind of understand it now."
Yeah.
But also you've got, like Gabe said, that preconceived idea of what you think that attraction's going to be. It's the same when you go and see a movie that's so overhyped that the first time you watch it, you go, "Oh, it wasn't that good." And then you watch it again the second time for what it is, not what you expected it to be. And you see it for what it is, not what you wanted it to be. And I think that's what this will be.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to riding it again.
I'm looking forward to riding it. I'm interested because like me and Michelle are the ones that I'm sure Michelle hasn't watched YouTube videos. So knows less about it than I do. I've watched a YouTube video like years ago when it first opened in Japan. So I don't really have much knowledge of it.
Even watching that, you can watch the entire. You
Yeah.
can watch the entire beginning to end. Even the queue, it will not change the fact that you'll be blown away by what you're seeing and the experience for the first time.
So it'll be interesting to see, especially with me and Michelle not being Nintendo people. It will be interesting to see what we get out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm the type of person that I just love rides, period. Like I don't need to know the IP or anything to enjoy
And you'll enjoy
an attraction. So
And Mario's an easy one,
So
right? Like that's just
super easy.
very. It's a go-kart race.
Yeah.
Now, does it make it cooler and funner? I guess if you see characters from different games, yeah. But it doesn't take away if you have no knowledge whatsoever. It's still very stunning.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
Yes.
let's move on to the next ride, which I think is a little bit of a different vibe.
Yes, and I love this one. I will fight anybody that says they don't.
I'm actually looking forward to
God.
riding this.
The delightful, the wonderful, the super cute Yoshi's Adventure attraction makes its US debut when Super Nintendo World opens at Epic Universe. So this is a family-friendly ride, and guests of all ages will enjoy the beautiful views, breathtaking views of Super Mario Land as they join Yoshi's, plural, and travel through Mushroom Kingdom landscapes in search of glowing eggs, encountering many familiar characters along the way. This is a TTA, basically.
Did you get to ride this with Lucas?
No.
No, you can't.
No.
We got to ride it,
You've
but
got to be able to
you
sit
have
up
to have
yourself.
him in the seat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It won't be long. He'll be sitting up himself pretty soon, supporting himself. Yeah.
It's weird how
It's
he
a
can
queue
do.
ride.
So he
It's a queue ride.
amazing.
Sorry, Chris. It's weird that you can do the carousel with him, but you can't do this.
Right, you would think just put him on my lap and hold him.
Yeah, because it's
but
not.
no, you have to be in a seat.
Because the carousel is
It's
way more of a
straps.
dynamic attraction than this is.
1,000%. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. But the carousel had a specific seat
Yes.
for him that you can strap him down. That,
Okay.
even though
Strap
we were
him
holding
down.
him the whole
Yeah.
time.
Also, the carousel is at ground level. If this is like the one in Japan,
It's
it's
is.
not.
exactly
It's like
the
on a
same.
cliff edge.
Yes.
And,
all right.
intrusive thoughts. Somebody might want to throw the baby. I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
straight
I
Michael
can't say.
Jackson your baby off of the Yoshi ride.
I mean, I don't judge.
See, I love
Look.
So messed up.
I love a slow-moving attraction like that's elevated above. Michelle, you and we've
I
talked
took so
about
many
it
videos of this.
with Pteranodon Flyers wanting that to be so much more in Jurassic Park, and I think this is kind of that. Although this isn't outside entirely.
I will say
it's
that
not,
this
that's right.
this
Yeah.
has people mover vibes
It
all
really,
over it.
Yeah, it is.
And I
But it's
think it'll
not.
be a lot more popular.
Not.
I know it's not.
It's not. It's more.
But it's the universal version
Yes.
of
Yes.
the People Mover in that way, where it's a slow moving attraction. It's calm. It's relaxed. While
Yeah.
People Mover, has been kind of brought into the safety standards because you're not really buckled in at all. You know, this one does have a lap bar that's pretty intense for what it is. It still is something along those lines where people can go on and just chill
Yes.
for a second.
Yeah.
And be entertained
Yeah.
at the same time. I've
Yeah.
been seeing Universal needs that desperately.
Again, I'm assuming that the line with this as well will be similar to the one in Japan.
I would expect it
where
to
there
be
was-
exactly the same.
where there was lots of magic band stuff and
Okay.
interactive things and projections.
For all you Universal nerds, that is a
Power-up
power-up
bands,
band.
thank you.
Yes,
What did
thank
I
you.
say?
You
Yeah.
said magic bands.
Magic bands, power
Ew.
bands. Thank you.
I know.
I resign.
Don't worry, Gabe, I'd got you.
No, I resign.
Thank you.
Ew, gross. I'm going to wash my mouth out with soap now.
Let me comment just on the ride real quick.
Yes.
Right. It is the queue. It's fantastic. It reminds me of a Mario version of Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat.
Right.
That's exactly what
It's
I
very,
said. Yeah.
it's very colorful. It's all that. If you ever, so one of the things that I love about this ride is like as you're going through the queue, if you ever played Yoshi's Island, that song is programmed and burnt into my brain.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The sound of all the little Yoshi singing that song, it is amazing. I love it. And they play it. And I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm happy now. Like, this is all I need, right? Like, that part is fun. I will say the biggest downside with this ride is you're outside in the Florida sun. We rode it during the daytime, and you have that little angry sun from Mario right above you, just burning your skull, right? I would not do it again during the daytime. It's just way
Interesting.
too hot, unless it's, quote, winter over here. This would be a fantastic ride in the evening and at nighttime
Yes.
when that entire land is
Oh,
lit
wow.
up.
Yes.
That's when you want to ride it. You're sitting in a chair. You're doing this little tiny, I won't even get into it, just a little game where you have to hit the egg colors when you see them.
Yeah. We've
That's
talked about
it.
So it's all outside?
No, it's not.
It is 90% outside.
There are little corridor areas where you kind of curve in. There's like a scene with some stuff going on and you see it and that's covered. But then the transition from different scene to different scene is all outside.
Yeah. Load and unloads inside.
So I was thinking, Gabe, I was thinking like Alice in Wonderland at Disneyland. It's
Oh, see, that's more covered. That's way more covered.
more covered. Okay.
That's more covered.
Yeah,
There's
and also
so
when you get to
much
the covered
in that.
areas.
Yeah.
It's not that you're cooling off. It's just the heat building up in there for you to continue going back outside.
Florida
So
humidity.
it's Florida.
sitting
It's
in
Florida.
one
Exactly.
spot.
a
Exactly.
soup tunnel.
Oh my God, you people. You want to live in a country where it's cold all the time.
I
and
know I
just
want my
enjoy the
blanket today.
heat.
I'm freezing.
We're
Anyway.
spoiled. Sorry.
I think it
Yeah.
certainly sounds that way. Like I am so looking forward to this ride, just for just a cute.
For what
am
it's worth,
too.
I know that when we do go, Nikki's gonna lose her absolute because we just met Yoshi
Oh,
at
yeah.
FanFest nights,
Yeah.
and she
Oh, nice.
nearly cried. Like she has her whole
Aw.
Yoshi outfit, so she's gonna be wearing her Yoshi outfit while riding Yoshi's adventure. She's going to be a happy woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
especially
So
if
what you're
she's a fan.
telling me is Nikki is the real guru.
Of Yoshi.
No, she just like okay. So here's what I'll say.
She's
Here's what I'll say.
just the Yoshi guru.
Just Yoshi, because like I'll mention like music tracks that they're playing, and she goes, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'll be like, oh, there's these characters. She goes, I didn't know that's what those were called. I call them blah blah blah. I'm like,
right.
yeah, that's not the
Yeah.
right one.
Okay.
That's
So
not
she
the right
just
name.
loves Yoshi. Gotcha.
Yeah, she just loves Yoshi. That's it.
Fair enough.
Period.
Okay. Heard.
Okay.
Heard. Tracy, Asia, Nikki, Yoshi. Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mario.
All right. Let's move on to another very beloved character, Chris.
Yes. So at Canopio's Cafe,
Thank you.
guests
I
can
love
enjoy-
you.
At Toadstool Cafe, guests can enjoy a variety of tasty dishes inspired by the world of Super Mario and its characters, including Mario and Luigi themed burgers, super mushroom soup, piranha plant caprices, fire flower spaghetti and meatballs, and so much more. Guests will also get a glimpse of several toads cooking up culinary creations through various virtual windows as they dine inside the restaurant.
I'm so excited to eat in here. It looks amazing.
I love Toadstool Cafe in Hollywood. It's hard to get like a time to get in there because it is got to make like a reservation because it's limited seating on the inside. But I absolutely love it. I love it for the music. I love it for the environment. How much am I allowed to talk about this? I know it's spoiler free, but there's something.
Talk about it.
that
I think the
Can I
food's
talk
fine.
about it?
Yeah.
Are you talking
Okay.
about
this
every
has been
30
out there
minutes?
since
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like every 30 minutes there, Bowser's ship comes down and attacks all the toads.
Yep.
And he shoots bullet bills and it chases them through the freaking kitchens. It's hysterical.
cute.
It's great. And the lighting changes and the music changes.
It's
and you
so
hear
cool.
like thunder and lightning. It's fantastic.
I wish they'd see. This is what I wish they'd done with Minion Cafe. That they would have had those virtual windows the same way in Minions Cafe, and they didn't. And I was super disappointed because it would have been dead easy for them to do it.
I'm desperate to get in.
Yeah, imagine the minions putting their mouth up on the glass and like
Yeah.
making it all
It would have
steamy
been
and stuff,
awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
I'm desperate to get into because I had a 1:30 reservation, but I had the rest of the park to see.
Yeah, but you said that reservation was for 1:30. Then you had
then I had to wait to get
in.
in. Yeah, that was to get in line.
It's
Yeah,
so
to get in
crazy
the
to hear
line.
this because I have to go back and watch a video of Toadstool cafes at both other parks because there is so much seating in this place.
Interesting.
It is
that's cool.
ginormous.
It's big.
And I remember
Okay.
when we had the episode when Tracy went and visited that was one of your things you wanted to go do.
Yeah, I really did.
And you spent a lot of time trying to do that.
Yeah.
And it just felt so weird walking straight up into this empty restaurant going like,
Yeah.
this was so difficult everywhere else. And here you're just walking in now.
I mean,
it is food.
imagine on a busy day, like completely packed to the brim.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you're getting anywhere near that thing because on a busy day in Hollywood, you're not getting it. Like there's no questions unless you're going
Here's the
straight
one
there and
difference.
scanning the QR.
Here's one difference. And I think this, and I could be wrong, right? The difference between that in Hollywood and the one in Japan that Tracy went to is that was a new land.
Yeah, in a
You're in a
park
new
that
park.
already exists.
Valid
Yes.
point.
Now,
Yes.
everybody's
Valid
not
point.
going to bum rush
Yes.
Super Nintendo World. They're
Yeah.
probably going to bum rush Paris, right?
I would disagree.
they're gonna
From what
go-
I'm hearing, Nintendo is the one that everyone is being told to go to first.
No, they're
Isn't
being
it
told
the
to go
first
to, but
portal?
the Potter fans are going to want to go to Paris. Like I'm
Is the
telling
Super
you.
Nintendo World the first portal you encounter in the park?
I know Burke is to the right, or no,
I don't know.
Burke is to the
Chris
right
is the only
when
one
you
that's
come
been.
in. I think it's on the left-hand side. I think that's one of the. I mean, you can go left or right.
Yeah, okay. Well, just inherently because of the way crowds work, it probably is going to be one of the busiest early in the
Yes.
day and then tail off like probably around lunchtime just because that's how crowds work.
But it's weird to me though because you also this is open already in Hollywood, so you have people that have visited Universal Hollywood and said, "Well, I've seen this already.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I'm in a brand new theme park with things that don't exist anywhere. I'm going to go do that first." And that's why I feel like
but-
the offset of this being a new park is not going to have that effect.
No, we've talked about this before too, that although there are other parks open, there's a massive number of people
That don't
that
go.
are not
Yeah.
willing to travel that far to go experience that. So
Yeah.
for sure, 99% of Americans have not gone to Japan and done that one. And like I live on the East Coast and pretty much 99% of the people I know have never been to the West Coast at all. So
100% of these Americans haven't been to Japan.
No. I would,
yes.
See,
So
I would also say don't forget that early park admission gets entry to Super Nintendo World as well. So all those hotel guests will be going to Super Nintendo World first.
what else is included in early entry? Do we know?
Stardust Races, I think that's it, and Super Nintendo World.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, let's talk about some other food options. We've got Yoshi's Snack Island. Nestled into the base of Mount Beanpole is the cozy burrow where you can enjoy a variety of juices and fruit-based specialty beverages. Yum, yum.
Okay.
Can you put rum in?
If you've
You can put
got
rum
some
in
in your hip
anything.
flask, yes, you can.
If you can sneak it in.
You can put rum in
Heard.
anything.
Put it on my
That's-
to-do list. Gotcha.
I put rum in my mouth.
Hey,
Oh, goodness. And we got some more treats. Lee, tell us.
Turbo Boost Treats. Tap the... Well, this is Chris. We talked about this a couple of episodes ago when we talked about this. It's called Turbo Boost Treats. And the little bump says tap the
Oh, yeah.
brakes and stop at Turbo Boost Treats. I'm like, hang on, tap the brakes and stop at Turbo Boost Treats. Okay, a food counter where you
Yeah.
can rev up with a variety of snacks. It doesn't make sense, but all right, whatever.
Now,
It's
whether
just
you want
cute.
a memento of the Super Nintendo World or just to display your fandom, you'll find the perfect souvenir at the One Up Factory, including iconic character hats, plush toys, apparel, and more.
I feel like I might have to buy a Mario hat.
I have bought too much stuff.
that was where I got my
Oh,
headband
your
from.
headband, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're taking that out with you. aren't you?
Absolutely.
It is
Make
super
sure that
cool.
the the
She has to
Japan
humble brag Japan.
Oh, I know.
label sticking out.
I know.
That's where I'm drinking this out of right now. I'm drinking out of a Bowser mug. That's the Super Nintendo World. It has a little Bowser logo on the bottom.
That's
I love
cool.
it. Oh, it says Bowser on the lid too.
Cute.
I love it.
Cute.
Yeah,
Dude, the merch there is so good.
it's really good.
It's so good. Get your wallet ready, Lee.
I'm glad I'm not a massive Super Nintendo fan, so it won't really
he
be
is.
something
Wait
I'm...
until you get in and it'll change.
All right.
Yeah, he's gonna be wearing a freaking Goomba hat all around freaking Epic Universe. I guarantee you.
Love it.
That or a Toad hat. You know
Yes.
what? A Toad. I changed my mind. Toad.
Canopio.
Yes, I can see you in that hat. Yeah. In Mario Motors, exit Mario Kart TM, Bowser's Challenge, with your family and friends and enter a shop. What a surprise. Exit through the gift store, filled with all the gear and souvenirs you could dream of, along with the famed Golden Cup on display. Oh, yeah.
A lot of cool merch in
Wouldn't
there.
be a ride without a gift shop.
Of course
Exactly.
it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a store.
As far as meet and greets, guests can meet, greet, and interact with Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Toad throughout various areas in Super Mario Land.
I'm assuming you didn't do these, Chris.
We didn't. We could have. Again, we were just running around. The lines were very short because of previews, but we did get very close. So while we didn't interact with them, we got to see Peach with that weird virtual mouth thing that was kind of creepy.
Virtual mouth.
It's not a virtual.
Yeah, like
it actually moves like a proper mouth.
Yeah, but it looks weird. Optically, it looks weird from far away. Like, I don't know what to say.
Virtual mouth.
We never saw Toad, which I was a little bummed. I've seen all the videos online. And then, well, we're not Donkey Kong Country, so never mind.
No, we'll get there.
We saw Mario, Luigi, and Princess.
Are these actually interactive, Gabe? The ones in Hollywood? Can you have a conversation with them? Is it like the Transformers, basically, is what I'm asking?
No, it's not. I mean, there are these predetermined kind of phrases that they say that are generic enough that'll meet up with whatever you're
Anything.
saying.
Okay.
Like, I think they kind of were like, what are the things that people are going to say?
Yeah.
Hi, Mario and Luigi. Oh, hello, it's me, Mario. Like, you know, it's what you're expecting
Fair
them to
enough.
say, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, you can't ask them, like, what are your thoughts on, like, thermal cooling? Right?
I don't think
probably
they-
won't answer.
Damn it, that was my question as well.
That would be funny, though. I would like to do that.
Michelle, do it. They won't be able to answer you. You'll go, what's your so Mario? And they go, woohoo!
Little jump in the
Yeah.
the little arms out, jump up in the air. Brilliant.
Oh, goodness. All right. So let's take a quick ad break before we jump into the next area of Super Nintendo World.
I wish to go to Liverpool.
Come on, jam, 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 jam.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
boop, 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 boop.
Welcome back. So let's head over now to Donkey Kong Country. At the edge of Super Mario Land, guests will discover an entrance that leads them to Donkey Kong Country, where they'll explore the lush tropical landscape from the video game series, complete with tall trees, waterfalls, landmarks such as the Golden Temple, and more. Here, guests can enjoy
Minecart Madness. So guests will hop into a minecart and careen through the jungle to help Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong protect the coveted golden banana on this first of its kind family coaster. Utilising an unprecedented ride system, innovative technology and a unique coaster design, Minecart Madness sends riders on a thrilling adventure where they'll experience the jaw-dropping manoeuvres that they've seen Donkey Kong and the minecarts perform in the video games, including getting blasted out of a barrel, seemingly jumping over gaps as they speed along a rickety track, and so much more.
I will say that the amount of hours and days that I spent on these levels playing Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo, watching this ride just even exist, brought up so much PTSD that I needed to go to therapy again. Like that's like it was that much. But then again, I'm like, oh, I don't actually have to have a controller in my hand. I could enjoy it this time.
Yeah. Dude, this land and ride are so good.
Did you ride this,
Like
Chris?
the land itself, yes, we rode this twice,
Okay.
I think 3 times maybe. It is so damn good. Again, just walking into the whole land itself, the music changes, you are transported right back holding that Super Nintendo controller, right? and the cart is strategically placed so it teases you as it goes over some water as well. So that's on the lamb side. On the ride side, we rode it the first time front row, and it was a bit of a mind, because if you look forward, it really does feel in certain areas that the track is missing, or that you're doing some kind of bumps and stuff. Like, they did a really good job. If you sit in the back row, and I spoke to, I was talking to Joe and Steven last night about this too, it doesn't have the same experience. So if you can, try to ask for front row when you go rides, at least your first time. So you really get that, that mind messing around that they do with the tracks. It is bumpy. But like a lot of people have said, and I agree, it plays into the ride. It is not a smooth coaster at all. But you're also on a mine cart with broken tracks, so it kind of plays into that.
How's the thrill factor on it?
Yeah, I was thinking it's along the lines of like a Big Thunder Mountain is what I'm expecting.
It is very much a Thunder Mountain-esque coaster.
Okay,
so,
that's good.
Like, it would be cool. the next, like, for Gabe, for your kid, for example, right? Like, this would be the one you go after, like, Flight of the Hippogriff. Probably do this. Okay. Like, it's not too thrilling where they would be scared. I think it's like right in the middle between that and then a big boy coaster.
Okay, that's easy enough. Okay,
yeah. I like that. Like I say, I can't ride big boy coasters, as you so aptly put it there, like all the time anymore. So what I'm looking for is just something that's fun. And it sounds like this is like, I love Big Thunder Mountain. Chris, when we rode it at Mickey's Not So Scary, we had an absolute blast. The pair of us just sat there flinging each other around all the curves.
You'll do the same thing on this one. You'll be
Awesome.
screaming. It's fun. It's just a fun ride to get together. And another thing that's really, really cool is, and not just this ride, I don't know if you've spoken about it more on other lands inside the park, but it's also, they made a lot of their rides, fluffy friendly, let's say, right?
Fluffy
so if you're a bigger guy or a bigger girl, we had with us, which was such an awesome experience. We went the second day with the Griswolds, and David's a little bit of a bigger guy. And so his mission that day was to check out all the seats, see what he can ride.
Okay.
He rode everything.
Wow.
Everything in that park.
Wow.
So,
that's good.
Yeah,
That's
they really accommodated, and I think it's fantastic. And you don't feel any difference in the seat itself. They just built it that way so more people can ride. So
that's so
just
good.
want to throw that out there. If you're on the fence of whether you could ride or not ride, if you're right around that edge, you're probably going to ride this because it is more accommodating.
Good.
What's interesting is that I was on LinkedIn and I saw somebody take a screenshot of Theme Park Express's YouTube videos of him trying to fit on some of the seats because he's a bigger guy, and that's kind of his thing. He shows the test seats, and they were saying we worked so hard to try to design these things so that more people can enjoy them because they heard, heard everybody
100%.
Screaming from the top of their lungs, like, please make this a little bit more accommodating. And, that person who shared it on LinkedIn was like, we heard and we listened and we tried our best.
Good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of fluffy, let's talk about some treats.
Moving on. Chill out with a tropical treat at the Bubbly Barrel. Enjoy a cool tropical drink beneath the thatched roof of the Bubbly Barrel. Here in the heart of Donkey Kong Country, you'll find the perfect refreshment for your adventures in the jungle. That is a vague description.
They're all vague
Yes,
descriptions.
it is.
But that Donkey Kong pineapple float thing looks amazing.
The Donkey
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
Kong Crush or Donkey Kong Crush.
Is that the one in like the big, like, it looks like a
Yeah,
barrel?
we got one of those. So it's
Is it like a Dole Whip?
Yes.
It is. So and you got to do it with the souvenir cup. Like, this is everybody that's going to go to the park is going to get one of these because you're paying $18
Wow.
and you're getting a dessert, drink, and a souvenir. Like,
Okay.
I bought it specifically for that barrel mug that looks like Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, whether this tastes like crap or not, I don't care. I just want the mug. And it ended up tasting good, right? Like, it's a cone that's sitting on top of a cup. At the bottom of the cup is pineapple soda.
Oh, it's
Inside
like
the
it's
cone
a pineapple Dole float.
is a Dole Whip. Then they put Heath on top, like toffee pieces. And then there's a straw that goes straight through the bottom of the cup. And then they give you a Donkey Kong spoon. So
Oh
you
my
can
God.
literally scoop ice cream, toffee, and caramel popcorn bits on the top as well. You're eating that. If you get thirsty, just drink right through the straw because it's going right to the bottom. It's great.
Wow.
I'm really thankful they didn't just go straight to banana flavored everything.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Yes.
everything banana flavored because in my opinion, I think that banana flavored anything is one of the lowest standards. Like, it's just not very good. It feels very artificial because it doesn't taste like our typical bananas.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm glad they just didn't go that route.
Yeah,
Although I do really like the banana slushy at Kong.
I haven't had that.
Yes, where you get the Kong dog.
It's not a dog.
Kong dong.
The Kong dong. There you
Kong
go.
dong.
That's what it's called.
Kong dong.
The Kong dong.
I'm not even a part of this show, and I know that.
Krista has to get it every single trip. And we all end up drinking it. It's great. All right, Chris, tell us what this next one is, because I really like the name.
Funky's Flying By. So Funky Kong has set up an open air market around his airplane, selling all kinds of merchandise from apparel to souvenirs and more.
I don't know who Funky Kong is, but he sounds cool.
Oh,
I don't either, but I want him to be
love
my
Funky
friend.
Kong.
Uh-huh.
Let me
Funny,
see who
he's
this is.
Funky Kong.
He's basically like a family member of Donkey Kong. He wears a backwards hat. He wears sunglasses. In the game, he carries around like a boombox, and he dances and everything. Like, that's his
He's
thing.
like the family uncle that's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love
Like
it.
the cover
He's
photo for like
wonderful.
Divorced Dad Rock.
Like
He's Funky Kong.
I'm pretty sure in Donkey Kong Country, like, he shows up with his boombox and he starts playing some song, and then all the characters start dancing to it. Like, I'm almost certain that happens.
Ugh, love it. That's great.
It's funny, you can see how much this land, like how long Epic's been in the pipeline, because
Was that
we
a
got,
joke?
and it wasn't actually a war pipeline. We got an email, like a random email with no title or anything sent through it. It was just before we came out for the first weekender, of pictures of the model for Super Nintendo World. And it had Donkey Kong Country on there. I've still got them somewhere. And it's exactly what Donkey Kong Country looks like. And this was like 6 years ago.
Wow.
I don't know who the hell they came from, but I was like, they're cool. All right.
Yeah, they killed it, man. This land is like, you already have Super Nintendo World, and that is enough by itself. I will be honest.
Okay.
Then you have an entirely other, section of the park that's a different world. It's almost like two different sections to the park, or two different lands, to be honest with you.
So in size, with both of these areas combined, how does this compare in size to Isle of Burke, which from the last episode we know was
Massive.
sounds pretty
Yeah,
massive.
Isle of Burke. No, Isle of Burke is still massive. I couldn't tell you because there's a big difference between the two. So Isle of Burke is very like, the streets are very wide, very open. It really does feel like you're exploring a land, whereas Super Nintendo World, and it's not a knock, it's just how it is. It does feel more constricted and tight, and like you don't have as much walking around area in there. We never felt claustrophobic, but definitely smaller in reference to people around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested
Cool.
to go with Tracy to see, because I know you said it felt very claustrophobic when you were in Japan. And I'm interested to see if whether that was just because the Japanese are mental and it was massively busy, or
I don't think
it was
was
smaller
that.
than the one in Orlando.
And let me just say this as well, because everything that we've discussed and anybody's discussed at this point is all based off of going to a preview day at a fraction of capacity.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this conversation could be very different once the park opens.
very true.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about one thing that I am actually really excited about, because I like collecting things and I like being competitive. So let's talk about power-up bands. Guests can level up their fun in Super Nintendo World with the purchase of a power-up band, a wearable for their wrist that allows them to enhance their play throughout Super Mario Land and Donkey Kong Country. With the power-up band, guests can collect digital coins by punching question mark blocks and playing interactive activities. Collect digital stamps on attractions, earn digital keys to unlock an exclusive showdown against Bowser Jr., and discover other hidden surprises. Guests can also access leaderboard screens in Super Nintendo World to see where they rank amongst fellow guests.
Team Luigi forever.
I love I know from having spent a lot of time in Minion Blast with Tracy and that app of like collecting all the what they call the Vicious Six things around that area, that once we can get into this park and spend more than like an odd day here and there, Tracy will be like, I am completing this.
Yeah. But I won't share where they are until I've got them myself, because I'm sneaky like that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of fun.
Honestly, the power-up bands were something that I wasn't totally excited about here in Hollywood when they announced it. It was like, oh, another thing I have to buy. It's another thing I have to do. You know, I just kind of want to exist within the experience. But little did I know that the wristbands were a huge part of that experience. And also the games themselves are deceptively fun. It just kind of taps into this your inner child again.
Yes,
because
definitely.
all the games like Mario, the Mario games themselves are very intuitive. Like they're very easy to understand and pick up and just go. These games are intuitive and easy to understand and easy to just do.
Yeah.
And being able to run around from each experience, hit the like you run around, you're like, oh my god, there's a block over there, I need to go hit it. I don't know how many coins are going to come out of it. You run over there and go hit it, and you don't know how many are going to come out. Or even like you could find POW boxes too, and you know, scanning to reveal characters on the walls, or whatever it is. All those small little experiences almost are like an attraction into itself, because you could spend hours doing those things to lead up to that Bowser Jr. experience, which that's really cool too. Like the queue for that is awesome. And there's things in there you could scan your, you know, power-up band for too as well. So I ended up being a really big fan of it. And I always make sure to bring our power-up bands whenever we go, even if we're just riding the ride and leaving, just so that we could scan hit boxes as we walk to the ride itself.
My worry of this is it's going to be kind of like the wand experiences in Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, is that you're just going to be stood behind 20 other people watching them do it first.
You will. That's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
So we didn't get a power band this time, just because a power up band, because we were literally running around through an entire park. So it's like, don't do that. But I will say I'm a little bit bummed, because it would have been the perfect opportunity to do this. Like the land was empty.
Quiet.
Like, you could have done anything without waiting in line and hitting boxes. And like you mentioned, once this is open and people are doing this, kids, adults, whoever, everybody's gonna do this. There's gonna be a line. There's gonna be a wait. And Tracy, you've seen this as well. You know, when you went. And Gabe, I'm sure it's similar to that in Hollywood. Like there's got to be lines for some of these things.
No, there's on busy days, I don't like going into the land just because there are certain games that don't have enough allotted space for their queue, and it kind of makes the entryway and just generally experience not super pleasurable. And that just, it is what it is. It's a part of it. What I will say, and you know, if we're going to compare it to a wand experience, you know, while the wand experience, like for that, it's the same thing every single time. You know, it doesn't necessarily change. It's like, oh, I reveal this monster, or hey, fire comes out of there, or hey, you know, the pen stops making the pen noise, or whatever it is. It's the same thing every single time. With the boxes, you don't know how many coins you're going to get.
Okay. That's
you know, so when you go up to the box, the person in front of you might get 2, and then you might get 5, or you might get a lot more than that. So there is a little bit of a give and take when it comes to that. So while, yes, you are watching other people hit the box,
it's not
or you watch people play the games, there is a bit of variability. And then also on top of that, depending on how many games you play, how many times you've played, the difficulty changes.
Okay.
So I think there's, I don't know the exact amount, but I remember when I took the construction tour, I was told 2 to 3 different variables of difficulty. So if you've started playing all of them, then it goes up another level. That you play all of them, then it goes up another level. So the person in front of you might have the easy one, and then if you've done it already, you might have the harder one. So then it becomes a lot more difficult. The envelope of like success becomes so much smaller. And you'll know when you get the highest one, because I just found this out at ours. It does like the little Bowser Jr. like laughing like bum 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 bum, like you have the highest level, and it's like, ah, crap.
Okay. That's cool.
That
so at least
fun.
it changes a bit, you know. So at least it's not you watch, you do the same thing. It's a little bit different.
That's cool.
I like this. This gives me something like really to look forward to down the road after Epic is kind of old news to me, you know, where I just want to go into the park and just play for a little while.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Yeah.
I can totally see myself doing that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I am very excited to get back in.
Oh, also just FYI, the power-up bands, you also get meet and greet stickers too. So like if you're wearing your power-up band and you go meet Mario, Luigi, Toad, or Princess Peach, you get achievements unlocked in your app for that too. Just FYI.
Okay.
Ooh.
Good hint.
And one last tip on the power bands that was given to us. most people want to go in there and buy it in the land. And again, we almost did.
I know what you're
but
gonna
we
say.
were told to get them at the hotel.
Yep.
So that you just set up everything in the app. You don't waste time in the park doing that. So you just jump
That
in and
makes
have
a
that
lot of
experience.
sense. Tracy's already got one, so
I do. I'm
Same
just
thing
thinking about
for
new
everyone in
batteries.
Hollywood, by the way.
yeah, that
Okay.
makes a lot of sense.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. Well, we got another little surprise before we wrap up this episode. Seth has a little things for us from Epic Universe. And warning, it is minorly spoilery.
This is Seth Kaburski from the Unofficial Guides, back with a very special look at all the little things in Epic Universe. I just spent 3 full days inside Universal's newest theme park, and I'm back with all of the tips, tricks, and Easter eggs that I was able to find in those few days. Let's start with a little advice for getting into the park. Buses start running 2 hours before official opening, and lines for security were pretty long each day by the time they started moving at around 9:30 a.m. That's 90 minutes before the official opening during the preview period. Everyone is allowed through the gates, but everyone is then held near the front half of Celestial Park, except for hotel guests and other folks eligible for early park admission, which has been starting about 10 minutes before the official time. During the preview period, early entry, most folks have been rushing to Super Nintendo World, but if you want to head into Celestial Park and hit up Stardust Racers, I am one of the folks who is a fan of the green side in the back row if you like really intense airtime. While you're there at Stardust Racers, keep an eye out for some Easter eggs. Everyone has already talked about the Back to the Future flux capacitor on the back of every train, but also take a look at the control panels that the team members use to dispatch the trains. They are shaped like the time machine controls from H.G. Wells' Time Machine with Rod Taylor, the film back from the 50s. There's a lot of new entertainment that they've been testing out in Celestial Park. Keep an eye out for a band playing cover songs, but also a poet who will write a custom poem about you on an old-fashioned typewriter. If you are looking for a good sit-down meal and you like seafood, I highly recommend the Atlantic Restaurant. While you're in there, check out the diving bell that is the host stand. The numbers on there are the project code for Epic Universe and the building code for the restaurant. And I also got to catch a test run of what looks like the evening fountain show. It hasn't been running every night, but keep an eye out around 8:40 p.m. at the big lagoon in front of the hotel. Okay, since most folks seem to be rushing into Super Nintendo World, let's go through that portal first. My number one piece of advice, if you are buying one of the power-up bands to play the games, be sure to punch the blocks with your fist, not with your wrist. There's too many Easter eggs inside Nintendo World to count, but keep an eye out for Pikmin everywhere. Those colorful little creatures have secret hiding spots all over, including on the store right outside of Super Nintendo World. Speaking of that store, there is some references to The Legend of Zelda, including a stained glass window of Link. Folks are thinking that might be a hint of what's coming next to Universal. And if you want some touring advice, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge has often been a walk-on using the single rider line in the mornings. But Donkey Kong is very cranky. Minecart Madness has a lot of trouble running efficiently at any time of day, with a maximum capacity of barely 1,000 people an hour when it is working at full capacity. I do not advise wasting your early entry time on Minecart Madness. And a word of warning, if you hop in the singles line, it's at least 50% or maybe more of the standby wait. If you want my advice on what you should rope drop when the park officially opens, that is Toothless. The Toothless meet and greet is one of my favorite things in the park, but it very quickly gets a very long line and has no express or single options. So I would suggest a rope dropping Burke and being one of the first to pet Toothless's head in the mornings. There's tons of fun interactive things all around Burke. Right outside of that meet and greet, you'll find a crank that you can turn for a fun surprise. And just past that meet and greet is the theater for the Untrainable Dragon show, which I would consider a must-do. Here's a tip. I like watching it from the back of the front section. That way you can have Toothless fly right over your head. And a couple words of warning for some rides in Burke. Dragon Racers Rally is a heck of a workout. It seems they have the limiter on that Sky Flyer set to the maximum, so it is extremely difficult to muscle it all the way over. I was never able to get it to flip 360 degrees myself. And Fire Drill will get you absolutely soaked, so be sure to either bring a change of clothes or schedule that attraction just before you leave the park. Next up is what might be my favorite land, the Dark Universe, which is home to one of the greatest dark rides ever, Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment, which I got to ride over and over again thanks to its single rider line. The queue and the ride are packed with Easter eggs. My favorite one for Halloween Horror Nights fans: keep your head up when you get to the Gill Man. Just above the creature from the Black Lagoon is a sculpture of Chance. There are also some hidden tributes to Jack the Clown and other Horror Nights icons, but it's really dark and hard to see any of them except Chance. The land's other ride, Curse of the Werewolf, is not quite as amazing, but it's also got some fun Easter eggs. In the pavement leading up to the ride, look for human footprints, which turn slowly into wolf prints.
Awesome.
And keep your eyes peeled as you go back and forth through the barn in the middle of the ride. You might spot a puffy red jacket from the American Werewolf in London. I highly recommend having a meal in Das Steakhouse, both for the food and for the decor. In the alcove in the back of the restaurant with the 3 large paintings, take a careful look at the left side of the one on the far left. If you stand at just the right angle, you'll see a really creepy face looking out at you. When you stop by the restrooms, which have amazing black porcelain fixtures, also be sure to take a selfie on the blood-spattered bench. You'll know it when you see it. Also, make sure to stick your head into Dr. Pretorius's gift shop. In the back corner is a mummy sarcophagus that has the face of the one and only Boris Karloff, the star of the original Mummy film. And finally, keep an ear out for the village bells to ring. Every time they do, head on over to the Burning Blade Tavern in the back corner, because it means that it's about to burst into flame. Last but certainly not least, at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, I wish I had a surefire tip to give you to get into the virtual line for the Battle at the Ministry ride. Unfortunately, over 3 days, I personally was 0 for 9 attempts.
Wow.
People who I know were successful were doing it not on Wi-Fi, but using their carrier, mostly AT&T, because T-Mobile has very weak service at Epic Universe. The only other hint I have is that if you get onto the page that lets you choose how many members are in your party, just keep switching back and forth the number of members. Each time you do, it will refresh, and there's always a chance that a time could pop up. However, for me, even when a time did appear, it was gone by the time I tried to claim it. If you are lucky enough to get a virtual line for the ministry, take a look at the numbers above the entry to the Metro Flu. Those 900 numbers each represent the project numbers for a different land inside Epic Universe. There are tons of little details, little sounds and lighting effects in the upper windows and also plaques all around the land. One of my favorites is a little tribute to the singer from the 1920s, Josephine Baker. Finally, if you invest in a wand, I have found that the best time to do the wand magic is after the park closes. Even though the park has been closing at 9 p.m., they've not been shutting the portals until nearly 10. And I was able to do all of the spells with no waiting. Whichever lands you end your night in, you're going to want to take your time walking out. The park is absolutely gorgeous at night, and I've noticed folks are in no hurry to leave at the end of their visit to Epic Universe.
Of course they aren't.
I'll be heading back there soon, as well as back to the older Universal parks to bring you more little things. In the meantime, you can find me on social media at The Unofficial Guides and pick up copies of my books at theunofficialguides.com. Until next time, I'm Seth Kapersky, keeping an eye on all those little things for you.
Oh my God.
I hate to break it to you,
so
man.
much.
Just cancel your trip. You just spoiled the entire park.
Ah, dang it.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm going
Cancel
to call
it.
Universal and tell them that the UUOP podcast ruined Epic Universe for me.
That made me so much more excited.
Oh, I know. Me
listening to him.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It lets you know that
wow.
there's a lot more to do than just
Yes,
what you're seeing
absolutely.
online.
Yes.
Because I feel like most people are posting the same thing over and over again, talking about
Yeah.
the main things, but it's the little things that, that us storks are really into, because that's the in-between stuff that
Yes.
we do when walking from ride to ride.
100%.
Let me say this much. I am dying to do a VIP tour of this park.
Michelle.
And it is not for the rides. It is strictly so that I could learn every single amazing fact and thing about the park, similar to how Seth did, more particularly for Celestial Park.
Yes.
Because there is so much going on there. And there is backstories that I feel like they're still developing, because I've heard a lot of different things. And when I talk to team members, some of them confirm, some of them just kind of go, maybe. So I don't know what's going on there, but I think a VIP tour would like clear all that out.
Yeah.
And it would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Chris, repeat after
Yes.
me.
Get.
We live in.
Let's go. You know what? I
You
can
didn't
make more
repeat her.
money. I
You
can
didn't
make
repeat
more
her.
time.
It's all right
live
for
in
Michelle
what
to
you
say,
said.
because she's already going.
That's what I mean. You just gotta book it. You just gotta book it and do it. Like,
All right,
you can
just
make
put-
more money.
Just you make more money. You can't make more time. So put me on that VIP tour. I can't afford Alexa as well. Also, if you have a
That's
divorce
that's
lawyer,
a
let me
later
know
Chris,
about that. I may need that.
That's an Alexa problem.
So
It's a
it's
lovely
a
Divorce
problem.
lawyer's probably less expensive.
Less expensive than the VIP tour.
Yeah.
Just let the lawyer know that Chris wants all custody, because he could definitely feed his son at the Donkey Kong area
Yes.
and
Yes.
all the other lands in Epic Universe. Plenty of food.
Yeah.
Plenty
yeah,
of food.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I'm
Related.
so excited. And after they when they said chance,
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
chance, and the ride that is like at the top of my list. Oh my
I
god.
didn't see that.
I'm done.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
something to look out for next time, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest piece of advice that he said that I actually totally agree with and is on brand for the episode talking about Super Nintendo World is, when you're hitting the blocks, don't hit it with your wrist.
Yes.
Hit it with
Yes.
your fist. Because I
Yeah.
see so many people in Hollywood just like gingerly tap the box with their wrist. And like, one, if you hit it hard enough, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But two, you could potentially break your $50 power up.
Yeah.
band.
Yes.
So every time I see them, like, you just hold your fist like you're holding like a mug,
Yes.
and just and then
It-
go up. That's all you got.
Listen, it was so common seeing that happen. And the other thing, I forgot who said this to me, because you're watching all these people, do the box thing, and they go, you can tell so easily who has played and who has not played Mario, because you'll just see some like other, parents come up and they're literally just giving it a high five. Like they're just tapping it with their hand like that. And like, look, if you're going to go and do it, you have to do it with your fist. You have to do it in the position and everything. Like you're just going to hold the freeze position there like Mario and just start punching the box. That's it.
And also, they only hit the box once. Hit it multiple times.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh really?
Yeah, don't stop. As soon as you hear the sound change from coins to like a Tracy, how would you even describe it? It's like boom boom, like it's almost like
Yeah.
a fail noise.
The
Yeah.
Netflix
That's
intro.
when you stop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
And then you
I
can give
would
it
not
like
have
10
known.
seconds and then start hitting it again.
Ignore the crying children in the line behind you.
That's what I was gonna say. Unless there's a line behind you. Well, Disney has trained us to tap our damn bands.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, maybe
Yeah,
Well,
but also,
Disney.
but also the thing is underneath the box, so it's not like it's on the front of
Yes.
it. There are certain things
Yeah.
that are on the front, and those ones you tap, but the ones underneath that are on the question mark blocks are underneath. So it's like I feel like it's fairly intuitive, like Chris said. It's like you're in the game, so hit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Gotcha. Cool. I would not have known that. All right. Well, I think that will wrap up another episode and bring us one step closer to the opening of Epic Universe. Gabe, plug your podcast.
Yes, I am from the Theme Park Duo podcast. It is a podcast where we talk about a ton of themed entertainment goodness. We're talking theme parks, conventions, and more. It's me and my wife. If you love the nonsense you heard today, you're probably going to enjoy the show. We also had a recent fantastic episode where we talked about Universal Fan Fest nights, which is exclusive to Universal Studios Hollywood. So if you want to check us out, you could always search everywhere Theme Park Duo. You'll find us.
That's awesome.
Totally jealous about FanFest nights, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to the Future was mind-blowing.
I want the Star Trek experience. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not going to lie. It wasn't that good.
Oh, well, spoilers.
But then again, I think it was mainly because I walked through with not a lot of people. And it's like when you have an actor going, we're in danger. And everyone, like, there's like 5 people just standing there looking at that person for like 30 seconds. It's a little like, bum, 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 wah, wah.
Well, there's your teaser for that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. All right. And now we want to hear from you. So send us your hilarious How Bad is Fast and Furious Supercharged jokes and your Which Stick Gets Your Lick recordings to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Plus, don't miss out and join the amazing Producers Club community today at uuop.supercast.com. That will do it. And there are only 9 freaking days left until the park opens. See ya.
That's the end of another Stella episode of UUOP. Use the Flu Network to give you access to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. And check out our blog at uuopodcast.com for everything else. Send your owls to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, jump down the warp pipe at uuop.supercast.com. It's alive on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that podcasts are found. So please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Dragons aren't the only way to get around. Email Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. Listen to them, Children of the Night, the children of the UUOP network. Rush of Fear, Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, the Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando food podcast, and the Portkey Passport, an adult-centric Disney podcast. Make sure to subscribe and come back next week because in the end, it turns out all we needed was a little more of this.